Have you ever wanted to make a beautiful album, but you didn't want to make it from scratch? Or do you have a huge box sitting somewhere full of developed photos that you want to put into albums? So when my mom asked me to make two albums for her great grandbaby girls, I was a little overwhelmed. But we realized we can just decorate already made albums because this way it saves us tons of time and gives us tons of space. Hi guys, this is Jules. Thank you so much for stopping by the Jule Box Studios today. Today I want to be sharing with you guys a project that I'm hoping will be something that will ease a little bit of stress. It just has to do with keeping our photos in albums. So let me show you the project that I came up with, and I would like to share with you the process as well as we go along. So this is the project that I had just finished just not too long ago, and I was thinking that this would be a lot more easier to keep our photos rather than having to stress over getting everything decorated. And I think it's just great to start from maybe just the cover, and then we can add photos as far as like a group of photos from vacations. You have a group of photos from birthdays, you'll have a group of photos of just a particular event. And if you come from the era of your 35mm camera that you had to take the little rolls out and get them developed at wherever they do developing. But I used to take my rolls to get them developed and I would bring them home. But after a while it became a lot and I started to put them away in a tote box. And now that box is kind of full. So the other day I was just kind of looking through there and I was thinking to myself, I need to really figure out a way that I can still display these, because I'm sure that those are photos that my kids haven't seen yet, or my husband hasn't seen yet, or I have forgotten that we even had. Anyways, the thing with feeling that stress of having that box there and not even seeing photos is getting them out so that I can get them like displayed and then my family can enjoy it. Having that at least can start with getting them out of storage, I guess, for a lot of us. So my mom was here not too long ago and I showed her that I had a couple of these albums that I had purchased from Hobby Lobby. These two are 8.5 by 8.5 and have the inside part has paper pages that you can make little notes and stuff in, and then slide your pictures in there. But as long as we can get them inside of a photo album, some sort of an album, even if you're doing like Project Life type things, put your photos in pockets so at least they can get looked through, and then work on it as you go. Work on one album at a time. So, again, this is an album from Hobby Lobby and they're already made for the inside to put photos in. My mom was like, well, why don't you just decorate the top? And that way we can fill it with the girls' photos and then we can give them to them later. Or I can give them to them, later when they're a little older. They're 4 and 5, I believe. So I was like, that is a really good idea to just cover the front covers with what you want. I can have like the event of what the photos contain in a title right up front, or a photo of maybe like the main family photo of that event or something like that. A while back I did do a project in a Rolodex type box and decorated all of the little pages in there. There was tons of baby pictures of these two girls, Naya and Camilla. And the paper collection that I used had little girls of different skin tones, which I really, really appreciated because you don't really see a lot of that. I thought I had a beautiful theme. It's called Honey and Bee by Fancy Pants. Well, let me show you here. See this little girl here. She is a dark-skinned girl, and this one's a light-skinned girl. Light-skinned, dark-skinned. Kind of has this like boho-y vibe to me, and I really loved it. So I decided to also use it for the cover of this album, also because this brown here kind of had that gold look, and that is also what's on the alphabet stickers. Now, I didn't do anything super special. This did not take very long to make, so I'll walk you through as I go here. So I started by cutting out the actual photo frame first. I thought that I just wanted to do that to begin with, and then I added the cover later on. But I basically took some chipboard, I believe this was packaging chipboard, and just drew out and measured a square in the center. And I believe the opening is around 4 by 4. So just using my craft knife very carefully, I'm just cutting out the inner square so that I can make room for the actual photo. Hindsight, I should have used some Mod Podge instead of fabric glue or tacky glue. It was pretty dry, but I got it to go anyways. So I just left a little bit of an edge on the outside of just the paper, a little bit bigger than the actual chipboard, and just burnished all of the edges so that it's easier to fold. Then a X in the center, and then again I just burnished the edges on the inside so that it'll fold nice and easy. I'm going to clip the corners so that it's not bulky when I fold everything in. And then a little bit more tacky glue to glue all of the sides onto the chipboard frame. I'm just going to cut these down, otherwise the flaps will show up on the other side and I don't want that. So I'll just do the same thing. And done. Okay, there's my frame. Alright, now we're going to start on getting the photos. I'm using a Canon selfie printer, a CP 1500. And I am just printing this out in a 4x4 size with a border. And I have already chosen the pictures that I wanted to use. Oh my gosh, isn't she cute? She's just so pretty with her little smile. I have these acetate sheets that are 5x6s, and I end up cutting it down to 5x5. They're really nice and thick. They're really easy to cut as well. I'm just going to adhere this down to the back side of the frame, or the underside of the frame first, and then I'll get my photo ready. It just looks nice and crisp. I love how they look. And of course it's going to protect the photo in the long run. So the photo is an exact 4x4, and so it really just falls through that opening. Well, it won't now, but I am going to end up putting a little bit of cardstock behind it just to give it a little bit of color around the edges, because it does look like it's smaller than the opening. So I'm just going to measure the cover because I do want to make a actual cover to cover the cover using Graphics brand medium weight chipboard and some Mod Podge. I do cut it down so it covers the entire front cover of the album, and I'm going to cover it here with a cinnamony color. This is an AC cardstock brand that I love using it because it has a linen texture. So I'm just going to go ahead and just seal all of the edges just like I did with the photo frame. I decided to add a belly band to that cover to break up a little bit of that cinnamony color and the frame color that is floral, but it has a white background to it. And now to put on the ribbon. This is ribbon that I got on Amazon. It's a white satin and it's a 2-inch. It's so pretty. So I'm just going to use a strip of hot glue. It'll be covered by the cover that I made for it. I'm just going to add some of the double-faced or double-sided adhesive for the frame and kind of get it ready. I'll just set it aside for a second while I get the adhesive on the cover. Now the double-sided adhesive and then the actual liquid glue is just going to give it a different kind of an adherence, just making it more secure. I had a trim pack that was from Webster's Pages that is from long ago. I took a pack from that because it had little bits of gold in it, and I added that in between, as you can see here. Added it between the frame and then the actual cover. And then that was just tucked back in between the actual album and then the cover. So just like with the cover, I did the adhesive, the double-sided adhesive plus the liquid. That'll just give it, like I said, a different kind of adherence and a stronger adherence. There was a floral bouquet that I cut in half. It was a die cut, and I cut it in half and added that behind the letters for the girls. This ribbon here is some shabby chic ribbon that I bought from Prairie Bird Boutique on Etsy a very long time ago. She does not sell anymore. I believe her page is still there, but I have not been able to purchase from her for, oh my gosh, 13-14 years now. It's been quite a while, but I still have a huge box full of her ribbons, and so I pulled out something that would be nice and soft, that would be shabby chic-ish, and just added some flowers that I had in my stash, some Wild Orchid Crafts flowers. This brown one here is from this pack that I got at the Scrapbook Expo in Ontario, California. Went with my niece, actually this niece right here, Alyssa. I went with her, I think it was like 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. But I bought these, and actually I bought another one that is a blue color that I was gonna add, but I decided not to. But it is Little Birdie. I don't know, I've never purchased anything from them before. And if I can find these same flowers, I will try and link those in the product description down below and on my blog. Some of the flowers that I use, like the pink ones, are from Wild Orchid Crafts when I used to be designer for them. I still have tons and tons of flowers that I purchased. I do have a white flower. I don't even know, this is a random pack of flowers that I've had for a very long time. So, but you can use any kind of flowers with this collection. And then I used resin heart for both of them. They're different styles. Let me show you. This one has like a lattice type of design on it, and the edges are like a doily, so there's like little holes all the way around the heart. This one here is just a bunch of swirls, and it's very pretty as well. Along with the resin hearts, I also used a resin bouquet that I wanted to use on the back side, because when I brought this ribbon, now it's sitting under the cover and the actual album, and so I had to glue it onto the album and then wrap it around all the way, and then I added a strip of hot glue there, and you can see it, and it doesn't really look very pretty, so this was my chance to cover that glue. So, but it looks very appropriate, I feel. And then on the names here, I used my Cricut to cut out their names 4 different times for both of them, and I layered them and glued them all together so that it makes a nice thick piece. If I was to do one layer and put them on like foam dimensionals or something, I would risk that getting torn off, and I didn't want it to be just one single flat layer, like just a flat sticker. I still wanted to give it dimension, which is why I did multiple cuts. Let's see if you can see it. You might be able to see it just a little bit there. And then just use that bottom corner. It would fill this little spot, but it would also pop really nice because it is cut in white cardstock. And so now the cover is decorated and the inside is not, but it is ready to insert things that you want. And I just think that this is a really nice idea, like I said, to already get some pictures in a book, get them out of storage. That way they can still be seen, even if it's not decorated, and just go one by one and just decorate the covers. You can also add cuts of scrapbook paper. You can add stickers. You can add journaling cards inside the slots themselves. So these are my baby albums. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you'll leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. Thank you so much for stopping by, you guys. I will be sharing with you guys as I start putting some of those away in my albums in a way later video, but I just wanted to share these with you. So you guys have a great day. I will talk to you later. Bye.